Okay, the body of your work is followed by your reference list. And usually for this assignment, I ask you to have at least 5 articles that you are paraphrasing. So in your reference list, you will have at least 5 sources that you've documented. In the reference list, you always begin with the author's last name, comma, space, and then their first initial. Sometimes authors are they've given their first and middle name in an article, in the bibliographic information for the article. If that's the case, then you need to use the first and middle initials of the author. But more times than not, you will only find that the author has given a first name. So you will have at least one initial for each author, whether it for their first name. Like I say, sometimes an author provides a middle name. In that case, you're going to have 2 initials following the author's last name. With each author's name, they're separated by a comma, and there is an ampersand, or the and sign, that separates the first author's name from the second, if you only have 2 authors, or if you have 3 or more authors, the ampersand will come between the next to the last author's name and the last author's name. The author information is followed by the date of publication in parentheses, and then there's a period. And then you space and you give the title of the article. This is what we call sentence case, where the first word is capitalized, proper nouns are capitalized, and the first word after a colon would be capitalized. This is all in the title of your article. Following the title of your article is a period, and then you're going to use the italics case for, you will italicize the title of your journal. Every word of your journal title will be capitalized except for those prepositions or conjunctions, unless the title of your article starts with the word the Journal of International Social Work. The would be capitalized. Following the title of your journal is a comma, and then still in italics would be your volume number. And then the rest of the information is not going to be italicized. So the only information italicized in your reference list is going to be the title of your journal and your volume number. Immediately following the volume number, if you have an issue number, you need to put that in parentheses. There is no space between the volume number and the open parenthesis of the issue number. Following the closed parenthesis of the issue number is a comma, space, then your beginning page number dash ending page number, period, space again. You will either be giving a DOI, direct object identifier, or you will be giving the URL. That, if you're using the DOI, which is really the preference, you enter the letters DOI, lowercase, followed by a colon, and then immediately you give all the numbers and letters associated with your DOI. There is no space between the colon and the first digit of the DOI. which, by the way, typically DOIs begin with the number 10. Following the DOI, there is not a period. You do not end a DOI with a period. If by chance you have to give the URL instead of the DOI, after the last page number, excuse me, after the last page number and that period, and you have space, then you will enter retrieved from. In the R, the first R in retrieved is capitalized. Retrieved from, and then there's not a colon there. Then you immediately put the the URL. That is the information that you have copied and pasted from your search box when you are actually in the article. Sometimes I see students who are copying and pasting. It says www.nsula.library database. That's not the URL for your article. That could be the URL for your website, but it's not specific to your article. You need to actually pull up your article on your computer and literally copy and paste the information from your search box into your reference list. That's the URL. When you do that, the font will change color. Typically it's blue. You'll need to change it back to black. And also typically when you copy and paste, the URL is underlined. You need to remove the underline. Okay? Then remember too that your reference list, you use the hanging indent format, which means the first line of the information for each source is flush with the left margin, and all the other information pertaining to that source has been indented, usually maybe about 10 spaces, but let your word processor do that for you. Highlight it and then go into the formatting and click on the hanging indent, and it's going to create a beautiful document for you. Once you have used your hanging indent and everything is entered in the reference list, also let your word processor alphabetize your sources for you. You are alphabetizing the reference list according to whichever author's name is listed first for each of your articles. Do not change the order of the authors within an article. There's a reason for that order. If more than one author has created an article, the author who did the most work has their name listed first. So they want to get the most credit, okay? So make sure that you do not change the order of the authors within an article. One more piece that I want to tell you, if you have more than 7 authors for an article, in your reference list, you will list the first 6 authors. Then you use an ellipsis, which is dot space, dot space, dot space, and then you list the last author's name. Again, that's if you have more than 7 authors for one article. In your citations, if you have 3 to 5 authors, the first citation you will list all 3 to 5 authors' names in the body of your work the first time. From then on, you're strictly using the first author's name followed by E.T. space A.L. period. That, and it's all lowercase. The E.T. space A.L. period in essence stands for and others. There's this one author and there are other authors. If you have 6 authors, 6 or more authors in the body of your work, you will always list only the first author's name followed by ETAL. It's a little confusing, I know, but look at the material that's posted on Moodle. Look at your APA manual, and if you've been assigned a textbook, look at that as well. And always, always ask me if you don't understand. Email me at garlandd, Garlandd, at nsula.edu if you have any concerns. Okay, thank you. Don't wait till the last minute to work on this assignment. This is the capstone assignment for this course. You've got to make at least a 70% on this and a 70% on the final in order to pass the class. So don't wait till the last minute to work on this. This assignment may take you several weeks or it may take you several days, but it will take more than a few hours. So don't wait till the last minute. Always ask any question. Okay, thanks.